I don't know what were you. They thought that the minority leader was overriding him.
Well, that's the truth, though, that the minority leader, who is the ranking for the committee, did not behave, I think, well, because this is not the first time we have had vetting. We've had vettings that have happened from 1993, 97, 2001, 2005, 2009, 2013, 2017, 2021. We've had vettings where we've had minority leaders. Once a while, you can do it. But you see, when a baby cries, it calls for a mother's attention. But when a baby has made crying a constant feature, it gets to a point that even your crying don't call attention. Because they will conclude that that is how you are. You are a crybaby. So the minority may have some reasons because you are the one supposed to ask some of the tough questions. But there's a way to do it. Yeah. We all know that in parliamentary practice, you must catch the eye of the speaker or the chair. Yeah. At a point, I was so shocked that the ranking was saying that the intent is to have a co-chair. These are standing orders.
Okay, so I had that.
These are standing orders. There's no place for a co-chair. If you are ranking, you are ranking. Until these new standing orders, the chair of a committee didn't have a vote. You only have a casting vote.
But don't you think
didn't have an original vote?
In the spirit of that, he sought to say that there's a level of teamwork expected.
Well, then it doesn't make you a co-chair where you don't even seek approval of the chair, then you start speaking. Oh, with the permission of Mr. Chair, with your permission, then you are. There you go. So you wait for the chairman now to say that, okay, honorable ranking member, can you make your point? But without even waiting for the chair to make a decision on your appeal, you are already speaking. And some gestures, tapping the back of all those things, sometimes they are not good for the camera. Yeah, it's not good. It's not really good. But for me, the nominees, in a way, some of the questioning really helped the nominees. People who are worried about why they vetted a leader for such a long time, I am happy. Because there was not a single question that Honorable Atforson
failed to answer.
Indeed, after leaving that platform, his status has been what? Elevated. Because he presented clarity, understanding of the challenges and how he thinks the challenges could be dealt with and from which angles, whether macro or micro, and how together with Bank of Ghana, they could manage some situations and make sure that inflationary rates are a bit down. Any inflationary rate above a single digit, look, it's not good stuff.
Honorable Agboja raised that issue, but in my head, or my thoughts was, but the fact that the tradition has been leaders are not supposed to be dragged too long. Yep. Is it not allowed? Is it not okay? Is it not a possibility that maybe there will come a time that
there came that time yesterday where a leader, of course, also because of the ministry he's going to, don't forget that the finance ministry is the engine of the state. Yeah. Because even after the minister has presented a budget, the fiscal policy of the president, and approved by parliament, you know, before you even act, you need a mandate letter from the finance minister before even you go ahead to even implement what has been approved of it, especially for such huge expenditures like capex and then all those things. You still need a mandate from the finance minister. So it's a critical position. But all I would say is that the leader of the majority, the major majority, no, not just a super majority.
You can say that on this platform.
I think he did. They don't want the being described as a micro minority, but they are a micro minority. Okay. The leader really did very well yesterday. I think all the three nominees showed strength in their areas. Honorable John Jinapo in the area of energy and energy financing, I think he came through strongly as someone who also understood his stuff. And it's Honorable Atforson was a former deputy finance minister. He's been ranking on finance committee for 6 years plus. When he left that position, he became a leader. When he was ranking for finance committee, it was just one finance committee. It's not like the today committee that has been broken into pieces, where we have economic development, we have budget, and we have finance committee. It was everything. So he continued to follow the situation and happenings. Because financial agreements, every financial agreement of every sort that comes to Parliament will surely go to the finance committee for them to deliberate on. Then he moved into leadership. Leadership also see a lot more. So he had a very good understanding. And he's someone who is well read. Honorable John Jinapo, same deputy minister then for power. When Dr. Kwabena Donko resigned at a point, he was deputy and Setekwe was the supervising minister. And so he was more like responsible for that sector. So he had the opportunity to do a lot. And he entered Parliament almost immediately when we lost power in 2016. And he was on the Energy Committee and Finance Committee. So he understood virtually everything. And it showed. The same with Dr. Ayene. Dr. Ayene was a Deputy Attorney General. Then he also came into Parliament, and he's been within the legal system of parliamentary committees. So all of them, you could see that perform
he
so
seemed
well.
to have a lot of students on the vetting committee.
On the vetting
it was
committee.
interesting.
Well, there are a number of lawyers there. There are a number of lawyers there.
Yes.
And so what I know is that as for the chairman, what he did was, maybe the new thing he introduced, which I thought maybe he shouldn't have introduced, allowing friends to ask questions. We have what we call friends and members of the committee. In the past, it used to be just members of the committee asking questions, but he allowed friends to ask questions, and they abused that opportunity. And so maybe moving forward, they should not be allowing friends. Friends can come and sit, and if you have any opinion, share it with a member so the member can ask. You shouldn't allow friends to ask questions, especially when it is a live program, when it is a vetting program. If any friend has a question, the friend can share it with even the leader on their side. If you are from the minority side, you can share with Patricia Appiaje or Afenyo-Markin ranking, who may have opportunity to ask more questions. Or if you are from the majority side, you can share with Honorable Boa, who is a deputy majority leader, who can ask a number of questions, or Honorable Kwame Agboja, who has opportunity to ask a number of questions. So that will help you. But I think all in all, he did well. Yesterday was his first time, and so you expect that kind of familiarity, where a minority leader was immediate past majority leader, who as a ranking you used to go to engage. So Afenyo is still transitioning. He hasn't fully transitioned from being a majority leader to a micro-minority leader. And I believe that as time goes on, he will know that he's a minority leader and not a co-chair.
But persons should just...